All right, what's up, folks? This is Justin Garcia, aka Master Chim, and I'm here with the Cracker. Welcome to Pressure Project, episode number 101, Masculinity Part 2. We are live.
Yes.
And we do appreciate you guys spending time listening, watching this, and participating in this episode. Hope to have a decent crowd here tonight. Been fielding a lot of emails from the brothers since episode 100, and so much so that I decided, you know what, we were due for another live stream episode. You know, we enjoyed doing them, and this is the perfect opportunity to do it.
100%.
All right, so today, and understand that although we're filming this live, this will be recorded and will be posted on the site and on YouTube like regular.
Yes.
You guys just get the extra benefit of being able to participate in it as it's happening. And we always like to give shout outs and stuff to the guys that are here. So expect, the same for tonight. Tonight we enter a new realm, a new chapter in the Pressure Project, in that we are now, aside from being 101 episodes in, this is our first sponsored episode.
That is correct.
All right. Now, being a sponsored episode, what does that mean? That means that understand we have expenses, right? We have expenses, and one of the great things about doing what we do is that we only have to surround ourselves with the people that are like us, that believe in what we do, that support the things we support, that sort of hold at a premium those same virtues that we do. And for our first sponsor, we happen to connect with somebody that fits the bill. Now tonight, we're going to feature one of the sponsors' products as the mantelpiece, as an inaugural piece, because this is the first sponsored episode. Moving forward, we'll have a nice little feature talking about them, but they probably won't be the mantle of every episode. True. So the sponsor for tonight, and understand, I'm going to do my little magic thing because you guys aren't going to be able to see it on the live stream. But when we're recording it, and this is on YouTube, you guys will be able to see it. The company's name is Tier 1 Viking Wear. Okay, Tier 1 Viking Wear. And the guy who runs it, Chris Jakio, I think it's Jakio. Chris, I think you're on.
Yeah, he's on.
So if I'm saying your name right, just give me a Roger or something. If I'm not, by all means, correct me. I don't like fucking people's names up. And
I thought it was Chris Jericho at first. I was like, oh
Jericho.
Shit, Chris Jericho is crazy.
Chris Jericho's better than Chris Jericho for our purposes.
100%.
All right. So tonight, what we have on display one of Chris's designs here, and Pat and I are both wearing our Tier 1 Viking Wear shirts. And I gotta tell you, when I saw the name, now Chris dropped us a line about the podcast, unrelated to his brand, his company. And is he there? Oh, Jackio. Okay, Chris Jackio. Cool. Gotcha. So Chris Jackio, done. He dropped us a line in support of one of the episodes. One of the great things about doing the podcast is that we get to sort of connect with guys all over the world that are not only appreciating what we're doing, but just appreciate the fact that they found somebody else like them.
Correct.
I get that all the time. And when Chris left me that message, he had in his message the link to his site, not in the body of his message, but just like on the signature of the email or something. And I checked it out, and he was the perfect the perfect first sponsor candidate.
Yeah, 100%.
So we had planned on moving into this model anyway, and I connected him, and we sorted everything out, and I'm very, very happy that we made it happen. Chris also has an interesting story, and I'm not gonna let too much of it out of the bag now, Chris, because I'm probably gonna feature him on a future episode. We're gonna talk about heathenism and a whole bunch of other cool stuff.
Awesome.
But when I saw Tier 1 Viking Wear, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't care what's being sold, I'm buying it. So I went and I got to see his designs, and everybody should go there now. I'm going to do the whole little magic screen thing right now. You ready? You guys aren't going to see it live, but on
Someone
YouTube.
linked it on the chat. So
Right. So the people that are watching on YouTube in the future won't be able to see the chat.
Correct.
Though, Pat.
I understand that.
Right? You want to turn your screen around?
No.
So maybe the guys watching
No,
it
but
a
the
month
people
from now.
on the people on can check it out while they're watching it live.
Awesome. So anywho, first fucking death threat.
You didn't actually threaten my life.
I will fucking kill you.
There you go.
So I'm going to do the magic here. Magic here. There you go. So tier1vikingwear.com. And Chris has some fucking just incredible designs.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Norse mythology, the Viking sagas, the stories of the Viking Age, you will fall in love with just about every shirt that he makes.
Yeah, it's legit.
The story of the Jom's Vikings is one that if you guys haven't read before, I have the book here somewhere. I'm not going to get up and look for it. I'll tell you what, if it's right here, I'll show it to you. If it's not, I'm not going to move. Oh, just randomly.
Just happens to be
just
there.
happens to be the saga of the Jom's Vikings here, and completely, unplanned. By the way, my wife was cleaning my office today, and she just put all the books that I have scattered around in one pile. So there it is.
Awesome.
So if you're into Viking culture, if you are, everybody, it's because of the show. You almost don't want to give credit because of a TV show, but you got to give credit because of the TV show. It's opened the sort of world of the Viking culture to the average people.
Sure.
Wouldn't see it. For those of us that have known about the power of, the Viking Age and their culture, this is old hat. But besides, the point, it's neither here nor there. Everybody, please go to tier1vikingwear.com. Tell them the Pressure Project sent you. Tell them Master Chim White Boy Pat sent you.
Yeah.
And buy some shirts. Incredible shirts. I get in trouble because I get all these shirts all the time. And
that's awesome.
My wife's like, you have, there aren't enough days in the year to wear all the shirts that you have. So a whole bunch of shirts getting thrown out so I can fit in my my Viking wear shirts.
Nice.
Pretty badass.
That's legit.
So my favorites are you have the Jom's Vikings. You have the, I think it's American Warfighter one.
Okay.
With the 2 axes.
Yeah. I like this one.
The Berserker one's awesome.
Oh no, this one's cool.
Right. They have the one that has it's like gray with gold. It says like I think Till Valhalla or Odin. I don't know. It's fucking awesome.
There's a lot of cool. Too many.
I forget the sayings. No, I don't want to sound like I'm full of shit. I actually like wearing these
I
shirts.
get it. I don't think anyone thinks you're full of shit.
Right. You don't think so?
No.
All right.
And if they do,
fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them. All right. So there you go. All right. So what we're gonna do is the format that I've planned, and I want you to just keep me updated on what's going on in the chat. If somebody's saying something, we do have we got somebody from Massachusetts. What's up? Another liberal shithole, just like New York. I feel for you, brother. But welcome to the episode.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is I have planned the same sort of format that we had for episode 100.
Cool.
And we're just going to go down. We're going to go down the list. I'm going to give a little, I guess like afterthought on what was going on during the episode between Jack Donovan, Tuan Tom Kyer, and myself. And also want to give the listeners an opportunity to ask questions, ask what's going on. And, there were a couple of things that I saw on social media regarding the episode that I want to touch on, but, I figured I'd give everybody the opportunity that's here to ask some questions. All right.
Awesome.
One of the few good things about Alabama, very few libtards. Fucking A.
Nice. That's good.
Right. So, all right. So tribalism, we got to speak about tribalism during episode 100, and I thought it went well. I thought it was a good talk. I thought that everybody got their points across.
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty clearly. When we talk about the tribes, and one of the things I remember, there was one point where Jack, we were talking about beheadings.
Yeah.
And Jack, and I don't know if it was during this section, But whatever. But I'll do that. I'll probably go back and forth in the episode, based on how I remember it. But we're talking about the beheadings and and he said, I don't know that guy, and Tuan Tom had said, well, if you had a gun, one bullet, who the fuck do you shoot? Do you shoot the ISIS guy, or do you shoot the American? And obviously Jack said shoot the ISIS guy. But,
of course.
But I understood Jack's point, and the whole thing about tribalism is, you want it to be, I think it's a fair thing to say, is you want it to be organic.
Of course.
You don't want it to be contrived. You certainly don't want it to be, you don't want your tribe to be the product of somebody else's design, somebody else's manipulation.
Yeah, affirmative action tribe.
Right, affirmative action tribe. Look, not enough blacks in your group.
Yeah,
we're gonna need. Listen, you have 80% whites, only 20% blacks. We're gonna need another 30% blacks. I don't know what accent that is.
I don't know either. It was interesting.
I don't know, because I had Alabama in my head,
but that's
not Alabama, is it?
No.
I'm terrible at that shit.
It was good.
We were just talking to a brother of ours, Matt Campbell.
Correct.
Talking the other day. Shout out to Matt Campbell. Guru Matt.
Legit.
We're talking 100%. About how Northerners fuck up a Southern drawl.
They put the drawl in the wrong spot.
They put the drawl in the wrong spot.
That was a quick drawl.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said you pulled a quick drawl, so you put it on the wrong spot in the word. I'm probably guilty of that every single time I try to do a Southern accent. But whatever, neither here nor there.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
All right, what's going on in the chat room? I'm trying to concentrate, but I see the thing scrolling, and I'm like, what are they talking about? Give me little updates every once in a while.
I'll give you updates. MC will shoot him in the balls.
That's where you're starting. No context.
It says Gimli's a badass, but the MC will shoot him in the balls. PA's checking in. 100 was epic. The Washington, we got Matt Damage from
nice.
The Great Northwest.
Nice.
Let's see what else. Fucking tribalism in my world relates to motorcycle clubs. Those are different levels of those tribes.
Right. Well, one of the things about tribalism is that, and eventually, I've been beating around the bush. Eventually I'll do my loyalty matrix episode, I guess. I don't want to make it an episode.
I was gonna say you're not gonna. That's not gonna be a fucking episode.
Right, but
we'll do what we've been doing.
Right, all
right. Little piece here and there, little piece there.
So the whole thing with tribalism, it's really just a group, and it's the understanding of the dynamic and synergy that occurs in a group.
Yeah,
when sharing a mission,
correct,
sharing an identity, and you guys have heard about my RPS formula. With a ritual, procreation, and survival. And tribalism is really just embracing the power of that. It's understanding that, as a group, there are things that are done more effectively than any, I guess, total of the individual, investments.
Yeah.
Tribalism, it's a lot of different applications of the concept. Talk about the motorcycle club. Motorcycle club is the perfect example of what a lot of people will be able to use as a microcosm for bigger applications of tribalism, and it's a perfect midpoint to go to even smaller applications. When you talk about 5 guys that are working in a fucking pizza shop,
yeah,
they're gonna have represented those roles of what a tribe is. And, if their goal is to stay open, make pizza, and become profitable, they're going to have to follow certain formulas, universal formulas to make that happen.
That's
the
correct.
Same formulas that the motorcycle club has to follow, same formulas that the family has to follow, same formula that the military has to follow. So these universals, the great thing about them is that once you get them, it's really plug and chug. It's almost math at that point.
Yeah, they're universal.
Right, and tribalism is a great is a great sort of aspect of masculinity that is too underdeveloped in men. I would say.
Yeah, it is.
Anything going on?
Yeah, we got some people. When Pat looks over the laptop, I feel like he's looking at me. That's what this guy said. Sib XQ Storm. I'm gonna call him Storm.
Yeah, you got to think of a name. If it's too confusing, just fucking pick
Storm.
Storm.
And then it seems to me that one of the factors about belonging to a tribe is that membership has to carry value, whether that is social, survival, financial, etc. By Ricardo.
So again, I would say that even that, if you think in terms of a sort of telescope,
Storm.
right? I would say that even that definition or that, bit of information is really sort of zoomed in a little bit more than where I would operate when defining tribalism.
Sure.
So to me, 5 people stuck in an elevator are a tribe.
They are.
And they're a tribe because, they all immediately, as soon as the elevator gets stuck, all of them are together in trying to get out of that fucking elevator.
True. 100%.
If you got one guy that's not trying to save everybody to get out of the elevator and he's for himself, the other 4 people will regulate him.
They will.
And he will attempt to become his own tribe. And the bigger tribe will win.
They will.
And so when we talk about, and I agree that, being a valuable member of a tribe is what it's about. I would say yes, insofar that the tribe is going to have a value besides that, and if you have a weak tribe, the value is going to be inherently weak. You're going to be dealing in percentages more than anything, so, what are the things that make tribes weak? Well, 2 things. You have time and intensity, right? Or time and sophistication. So a weak tribe is a tribe whose identity is on a fixed timeline. If this is if you have a group of guys that were hired to run a nativity scene in a mall, right? You might have Santa Claus, the head elf, a couple of midgets, maybe a Mrs. Claus.
That's an interesting nativity scene.
Right? It shows how fucking Christian I am, right?
That's very
You
interesting.
know what the fuck I mean.
Like the goat and then the one that fucks the goat. What's the nativity scene you're thinking of?
That's Ramadan.
Oh.
So you have this group of guys that were hired, for a Santa Claus take a picture scene.
There you go.
They have a fixed timeline.
They do.
Once Christmas is over, that tribe's done, so there's a limit that way. There's another limit in the intensity. Sometimes you have a group that cannot grow past the sort of initial establishment of that tribe. So going back to my 5 people stuck in an elevator, those 5 people, you're going to have to sort of develop every single role in a tribe with those 5 people. There is no real sophistication that goes beyond what those 5 people are capable of. So those are ways that tribes could be weak. Sometimes you have weak people. If you have an army of 100 versus an army of 10. And barring any fucking, Spartan 300, Thermopylae nonsense.
Yeah.
Not that was nonsense, but meaning not gaming the scenario.
Yeah.
100 people are going to beat 10 people if the 100 people and the 10 people individually are equal. So one of the 100, one of the 10, 100's 10 times more powerful than the 10. But let's say the 10 are, let's say, Spartans.
Yeah.
And let's say the 100 are fucking retards.
Yeah.
Mongoloids. Fucking mongoloids. They're fucking running at you sideways.
Yeah.
They're falling asleep as they're chasing you. Whatever it is they're into.
Looking at bright lights.
Bright lights throws them off, right? So whatever the case is, there's 100 versus 10 where the 10 is stronger, right? So when you talk about the tribe, it's really, you have to look internally and, what's their mission? Is it limited by time? Is it limited in its ability to become scaled in its sophistication?
Yeah.
And the tribes that last, the tribes that are powerful, the tribes that we, know and hear about, like some of the in motorcycle clubs, like some of the the military units, the United States military, like armies of the past, they have all of these sort of roles and aspects of the RPS formula, developed, to an elite level,
Yeah, and that's what makes it an elite tribe.
All right. So what else we got going here?
Got people talking. Let's see. Any other books on tribes that are good?
Oh, man. Saga of the Jomsvikings.
Yeah.
I would let me see, it's right here. This one, it's translated from the old Icelandic by Lee M. Hollander. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed, I've spoken before about Tribes by Seth Godin.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And, it's funny because Seth Godin looks like he has AIDS, and he looks like Moby with AIDS.
That's HIV or AIDS? Like
Jesus fucking Christ.
That matters.
To you anal fuck, no pun intended.
Like, does he have lesions?
Get it? Anal fuck.
Yeah, I get it.
Anyway, Seth Godin is not picking up a battle axe anytime soon.
Understood.
But the guy's a fucking genius.
Yeah, he's good.
And his book Tribes is something that really sort of pans, out, like as I was describing earlier, and deals with a lot of universals.
Yeah. So
his application is for marketing, right? He's a business guy, a marketer. But when you talk about the universals of a tribe,
it fits.
It's a really, really good thing. And I guess the next one after Seth Godin would be the one that I'll write eventually.
That's correct.
But yeah, so it was that.
Someone said something that Two on Tom said, that if someone has no value, they get thrown out of the tribe.
Right. So, if when you look at my my loyalty matrix,
that was Josh Stern that said that.
Right. So there are enemies.
Yeah.
In a tribe, and enemies, may not be people who are trying to be enemies on purpose. Sometimes we have, fools, and whether they're doing it consciously or unconsciously, the people that need to be dealt with, maybe being exiled or banished or even fucking, punished, is an application of being dealt with. But the people that need to be dealt with are the people that have what we call an open loyalty.
Correct.
And an open loyalty is when their identity and the tribe's identity are incongruent. The tribe's going one way, you should be going one way. If the tribe's going one way and you're going another way, that lack of congruency eventually is going to sabotage the tribe.
Yeah.
Because it's just a matter of, a fact that you will sabotage the rituals of the tribe, because the rituals, some of them will be incongruent.
Yep.
You will recruit people, because as you develop, these social bonds and networks, you will put people in a position where, they are going to be motivated to attach to you, thereby also becoming incongruent in their identity, to the tribe's identity.
Correct.
So, some people, sometimes people got to go. But more generally speaking, it all comes down to, what is your tribe's identity? What is your tribe's mission?
Yeah.
What is it that you're trying to do? You guys have a group. Okay, if your group is super successful, what does that mean? What are you successful in?
Yeah. What is success to you?
Right. And, so why are you guys a tribe? So when you start to answer these questions, you really get to sort of write down what that canon is, what that group of protocols can be, and how we can sort of develop, the rituals to support, our mission, and it's easy to tell when somebody's incongruent when you know what congruent is first.
Correct.
So if you never take the time out to decide what exactly that is, how are you ever going to decide or acess somebody as being incongruent?
Yeah, you can't.
Whether on purpose or not.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
100%.
What else? Anything going on?
Let's see. They want to do episode 200. Josh Stern said should be live podcast with whiskey and deadlifts.
Whiskey and deadlifts.
That's funny.
Chris Duffin, I saw he had a thing, whiskey and deadlifts. I didn't watch it.
Okay. I didn't.
I watch almost all of his videos. I didn't see it, but I saw a bunch of other guys talking about whiskey and deadlifts.
Okay.
I don't know what whiskey and deadlifts are, but by episode 200, you know what? Whiskey and deadlifts is going to happen.
Awesome.
Fuck it.
And Storm asks, MC, have you ever read any of Dr. Robert L. Moore's books on masculinity?
I haven't. Robert L. Moore, I have not. What books has he come up with? Any points of note? Anything you want to discuss?
Let's find out. I'll look him up.
You know? Robert L. Moore, no.
Let's see.
All right.
What's his name? Robert L. Brooks.
No, Moore.
Robert L. Moore.
Not Brooks. Jesus Christ. Dr. Robert L. Moore. All right. So, as Pat's looking that up, we're going to go into the next topic that we discussed in episode 100, and that was relationship with violence.
Yeah, violence.
You know, one of my more favorite topics to talk about, and you know, I always talk about it. Every man should have a relationship with violence, it's one of those things that nowadays it's a hard conversation to have outside of the brothers. You know, it's you know, when you have somebody that's totally removed from this mindset, when somebody's almost been bred out of dealing with violence, it's really like throwing a poodle in the middle of the woods and asking it to run with the fucking wolves. You know, it's just,
yeah,
you know, they're going to eat this fucking thing alive, you know, and that's what you get when you're talking to people that don't have a relationship with violence, men, that is, you know. So with, you know, you have men these days that they don't embrace the things that make them men. They don't embrace the things that separate them from women. And, you know, I'm not one for it. It's funny because Jack had brought this up, and I agree with him. You know, the whole notion of, you know, and warrior women, you know, strong, like, no. You know, Lagertha from Vikings, I love the character Lagertha.
She's good.
Why do I love the character Lagertha? Tell me, Pat.
Really?
Because she's fucking hot.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
That's the only reason.
I was like, you really want me to say that?
That's it. That's it.
Yes.
You know, like when I hear about a strong woman to me is a woman who embraces her femininity. You know, I was just looking at, I think it was with my wife. She made this, I was hanging out with my wife and I saw something on social media. It was a bodybuilder woman.
Okay.
And, I forgot the girl's name. Probably better off that I didn't remember her name. But
okay.
She was taking a photo, and she was like a photo shoot, and she's a pretty girl, but she's a bodybuilder. And I mean, I'm sorry, she looked like a fucking dude.
Yeah, that's not good.
She looked like a fucking man. Oh, she's a strong woman. No. She's a weak man.
That's funny.
Like,
yeah.
To me, don't put muscles on a girl and say that makes her a strong woman.
I agree.
She's so many women that are being touted as strong women these days are nothing more than weak men.
Yeah.
They're weak men. That's all they are.
I agree.
What's a strong woman? My wife's a strong woman.
Yeah.
My wife, she's out of her mind. 3 kids, pregnant, right? She's, we're doing April. 3 kids, pregnant. You could eat off of my floor in my house.
Yeah.
At any hour of the day. Keeps the house in impeccable condition. Works at the school.
Yep.
Does projects like she's
like
out
build
of
shit.
She builds shit. I'll come home and she'll have like wood out and power tools building a bench and shit.
Yeah, refurnishing.
Like she doesn't stop. She's out of her mind. If I sit down, I want something to eat.
Yeah.
She has something in front of me to eat in 10 minutes. I sit down, there's a fucking drink for me immediately. I'm the worst. I get home, you go to shower, I have a hamper. It's the bathroom floor. You know, she doesn't complain. Yeah. She doesn't bust my balls. I go to my drawer, it's like magic. I throw fucking dirty shit on the floor in the bathroom. The next day, I open my drawer and it's right there, clean and fucking folded.
That's legit.
That's a strong woman.
Yeah.
Don't tell me about this woman that's got a fucking 400-pound bench press as a strong woman. Maybe she's a woman who's physically strong for a woman.
Yeah.
Which was also brought up in the podcast.
It was.
You know, Two on Tom had a brilliant, I think, perspective on Ronda Rousey. You know, why is Ronda Rousey more popular than Chris Cyborg?
Yeah.
Because she's hot.
It's true.
You know, Chris Cyborg, they're trying. She's got a good PR person working for her now, but Chris Cyborg is, you know, she's a little rough on the eyes.
Sure.
She is. She's got a little extra bone in her face.
Yeah. Extra bones.
Klingonian,
definitely.
You know, but, you know, you look at Ronda Rousey, and Ronda Rousey, don't get me wrong, Ronda Rousey is a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, she's tough.
For a woman. She's tough. She's very attractive. She's all that stuff. She's got the little pouty face. You know, it's adorable. But it's adorable in a way like, oh, look at her. She's a little warrior. Go, you little warrior. It's like, but, you know, as impressive as she is, and, you know, she's an Olympic medalist. Like, let's not, you know,
of course,
mix that up.
Yeah.
But when talking in the grand, you know, in the grander topic of violence and men and women in their roles, Two on Tom, and I'm paraphrasing, he said it best. He said, you know, what are we really giving her credit for? We're giving Ronda Rousey credit for being the best fighter against women, her weight class.
Yeah.
You know, she's not fighting men at that weight.
No.
Because she would get murdered. And Ronda Rousey is an amazing fighter.
Yeah.
She's an amazing judo player. Better judo than me. You know, but like I go to the Olympics for my weight class, I'll get crushed by the judo guys. Ronda Rousey, medalist. You know, I go to the UFC right now, fight heavyweight. It's going to be rough on the cardio. I got to be honest. Ronda Rousey, world champion.
Yeah.
I fight Ronda Rousey, I'm going to break her fucking spine.
Yeah.
So there's that sort of, you know, pull the camera back, you know, perspective. And she has a very specialized elite level of skill and
Correct.
application, you know, but when you're talking about, you know, what true violence is and what strong men and strong women are in terms of violence, don't tell me she's a strong woman because she has muscles.
True.
Don't tell me. What's that? Gabby Garcia is getting there. Gabby Garcia made a lot of progress. Gabby Garcia made a lot of progress.
Yeah.
Gabby Garcia would beat up some men.
Yeah, she would.
She's an anomaly. Gabby Garcia she doesn't even count. You can't even put that, like, you can't put her in the same category.
No.
She's an anomaly.
Yeah.
She's a statistical anomaly.
Yes.
She's like a fucking dent in the bell curve.
She is.
It's like a little dent, you know, like
yeah.
She doesn't belong. Some of the guys don't even know who Gabby Garcia is. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion. Probably 6 feet tall, 6'1".
Yeah. She's big.
Probably 300 pounds at the heaviest.
At her heaviest, yeah.
Heaviest. Now she looks like she was made by a fucking cartoonist.
Yeah.
Abs, delts, buys. But again,
yeah,
she is an amazing woman.
Correct.
You know, she's not a man. And, you know, when you talk about violence in a general sense, you have to deal in terms with who is, you know, it's just like anything else. And this is, you know, it's funny. This is a consistent position. We're all about, you know, meritocracy, right? We're all about earn it.
Correct.
You know, who should get the job? The one best suited for the job.
Always.
So when it comes to those physical things, the women lose.
Yes.
They lose.
Yeah.
Talk about childbirth, you know? Oh, well, you know, women have the strength to give childbirth, you know, that men don't. Men don't have fucking vaginas.
They don't.
So you can't even compare the two of them. Anything physical, we win. And you can't talk to me about exceptions. You know, I watched this video. You watched that video?
Which one?
The guy, he won the college tuition. He had to make like the 4 shots in like 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And why is that amazing? Because the chances of that happening are so fucking low that when it happens, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like magic.
It is.
That's seeing a woman beat a man.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same fucking thing.
And it's happened. I've seen
And it's only entertaining because it's like the fucking guy hitting the 4 shots in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It is a statistical anomaly.
It is.
It's magic.
It is. Sorcery.
It's sorcery. Oh, these motherfuckers.
All right, so I found this guy. Looks pretty cool. He's got a book called King, Warrior, Magician, Lover, Rediscovering the Archetypes of Mature Masculine.
Oh, yep.
Of the mature masculine. It's pretty cool.
Carl Jungian archetypes.
Correct.
You know, Joseph Campbell dealt a lot with those archetypes when talking about his monomyth.
So it looks cool.
Yep.
We'll look at it.
Yep.
Get back to it. But it's pretty cool.
Anyway. All right. So
relationship with violence.
Well, what's going on? Let's go to the chat room. Let's go
to the chat room. Let's see. We're talking about a lot of stuff about some men should have vaginas. This guy just looked up. Gabby Garcia says she's a beast. Violence is the golden rule by Matt. That's what Matt Damage is saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Josh Stern liked You Go, You Little Warrior. He thought that was funny. But basically just that stuff. Yeah, so, it's segue, into the next thing we covered, which was physical strength. I'm about to have a daughter. Yeah.
You have Athena. How old is Athena now?
She just turned 5 months.
All right. So Athena's 5 months. My daughter will be born in April.
Awesome.
And, people, the first thing they want to tell me is,
it's going to change you.
Oh, well, no, not that.
Oh, no? Because
they say that too. They do. But to the point, it's, she's going to be a tough girl. She's going to be breaking boys' arms. She's going to be my daughter's going to be? What? An amazing wife.
Yeah.
An amazing mother one day. That's what she's going to be raised to be.
Yeah.
And my wife is going to do it. I'm going to have my role. A good friend of mine, good friend of ours.
Yeah.
Was talking about, his work used to have him away for months on end. And when he came home, he would talk about doing manly stuff at home. And he had a daughter.
Yeah.
He just had another daughter.
Awesome.
And he would talk about, it's important for his daughters to see what men do.
Of course.
And it was a great way that he put it. He said, when I come home, I need my daughter to watch me do manly things because that's going to be the standard by which she judges a man. And I think that is important that, that you show your children what the man does, what the woman does.
Correct.
And you allow them to see, the formula that works, but when you have men acting like wives acting like husbands, it's no wonder that it's so fucking just confused nowadays.
Yeah.
Another buddy of mine, student / good friend of mine, just talking to him today. Him and his girl had a little girl.
Okay.
And he was talking about his lady, and he was divorced. He was in another marriage, no children in that first marriage, but now him and his wife now have a little girl, and he was saying how it's just amazing to him how she is so like motherly, and he's trying to describe the things she's strong at, but he's also like feeling the need to apologize as he's saying it. It's like, he's going, I don't want to say she's domesticated, but I'm like, why are you fucking apologizing? What is she doing? He's like, she cleans every day. She takes incredible care of my daughter. Whenever I'm hungry, she cooks. She will cook anything. She appreciates everything that I do. And it's obviously it's easier for a guy like him who came from a fucked up marriage that they got divorced to now this one.
Yeah.
And he has such a better perspective, on what it is that women are supposed to do. So I'm telling him, I'm like, dude, this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But society, especially American society, is so far from that. It's almost insulting to tell a woman,
you're a good mother.
Like, you're an incredible mother. You're an incredible homemaker.
Yeah. What?
Like.
That's racist.
My wife. My wife, what does she do? She cooks, she cleans, she takes care of my kids. She supports anything that I need her to do for me. She does.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's incredible what she's able to to bear, the workload she's able to bear.
Yeah.
And
my Mexican too. My wife she's got a lot on her plate. Brand new baby. She's crushing it. And strong as fuck.
And that's the thing. When you look at these women, how anybody could say that that's somehow insulting or negative or
it's fucking stupid.
Repressive. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I can't do what my wife does.
No.
But the fact that she does it makes our tribe strong.
It does.
So fuck all those fucking people. So
I agree.
Physical strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
800 pounds.
So what were we talking about on the podcast? I'm trying to think. Other things, physical strength.
A male should be over 200 pounds.
That was a Ripito quote.
Yep.
Mark Ripito.
That was awesome.
An adult male should weigh at least 200 pounds.
Yep.
Fucking great.
That's legit.
That's like one of those things that I'd love to make a T-shirt, but it's his quote, so
it is.
I'll let him make the shirt. What we got going on there?
We got people. Let's see, people going.
Guys,
crazy.
while you're on there, you guys got to send us. You got to send us questions. I want to give you guys shout outs. I want you guys to participate. You guys know me. Fucking over 100 episodes in, I could talk. Don't worry about me.
It looks like the lag is better. There's a less lag.
Less lag.
Yeah.
I upgraded my internet service, guys.
I still have about 20 seconds, but someone said they have 10 seconds. So
nice.
Good.
Nice.
So that's a good thing. It could be because I'm on Wi-Fi and I'm on linked to the same thing. Whatever. Let's see. Men can only show daughters what good men do and are. Only good mothers can teach them to be good women.
Yeah. Same
applies to fathers and sons.
I agree.
Many fathers are now bitches. That's what Storm says.
Yep. Yeah, I have, I'm going to get in trouble for this. So my wife has, I'm going to get in trouble. My wife has a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
And they,
all right, here we go.
And all their friends have husbands. And my wife, it's very normal, we should go out to eat with, my friends and their husbands. And I'm trying to explain to her, why I don't think that's necessarily a good idea.
Yeah.
Not that these guys aren't good people, Not that their friends aren't good people. They're all great people. They're all positive. They're all, awesome. But the whole thing is, one time she's telling me this, and I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea. And don't mind my wife. She's just texted me. It's fucking live shits for the birds.
That's fucking crazy. 10-second delay too.
Right. So I remember we're talking about it, and I show her a picture, and it's one of the guys, and he's got like the baby pouch, and he's got the other baby. And he's walking. I'm like, look at it. You want me to fucking hang out with this guy?
That's funny.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think men taking care of their children in a manly way is something that's admirable and certainly, recommended.
Yeah.
But I just think there's a line that I'm not going to be able to ignore.
Yeah.
Because if I'm the type of guy, and, you guys don't understand. I have this podcast because I need this podcast. If I don't have this podcast, people may die. No, but it's there's a certain line where when people cross it, that becomes the only thing I want to talk about.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm the one that's going to say to this guy, so you carry the baby around? Like a little baby backpack? You just carry him around? Mother's right there.
Like C-3PO?
Smother's right there sitting down eating a sandwich. You're just running around, fucking skipping around with the baby on your back.
Yeah.
And, some people won't understand me, but I'm very, very much a supporter of, the roles of a father, the roles of a mother.
Yeah.
And not mixing them up.
Yeah, the guy shouldn't be breastfeeding.
Right. Guys should not be
like
breastfeeding.
Like in fucking Meet the Fockers? Or?
Right. But it's funny because if there was a more sort of palatable way, no pun intended, of making that happen, men will do that. Men will do that. I mean, my wife breastfeeds. That's what she does. When you don't breastfeed, you have the bottle.
Yeah.
When the man's sitting up, this guy I was talking to today, when she was asking me, he was like, "Did you get up like at night, stuff like that?" I said, "Never got up at night." The crying baby, I don't know about a crying baby. I'm the crying baby.
I'm the crying
I'm
baby.
hungry, maybe something to eat.
That's funny.
But waking up and taking care of the crying baby, I don't do that. Because it's not my job.
True.
And it's not, "Oh, you're so chauvinistic." You said, no. The rent needs to be paid. I would never ask my wife, "Well, you can't fucking get a part-time job, make a little money on a fucking weekend, Dunkin' Donuts or something?" Like,
yeah.
I would never say that.
Barista.
Right. So she would never tell me to fucking take care of the baby.
Makes sense.
But when men, they wake up at 3 a.m. Shh, it's okay, baby. I got it. It's my turn. It's my turn to be a mother. I'll be a mother. It's my turn to be a mom.
Yeah.
And they get the bottle and they put the bottle right where his tit would be if he had a tit. Right. And they hold the baby and they put their little fucking tit simulator in the baby's mouth and they rock him. Shh. Mommy loves you. No, the other mommy. It's like, get the fuck out of here. There's no way.
Yeah.
The baby cries. My wife wakes up. Boob in the mouth. If the baby keeps crying after that, what do? I put the pillow over my head. Baby's still crying. I ask her, I'm like, "Babe, can you take the baby to the other room?" She gives me an attitude. I get up and I go. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Married over 10 years. It's a formula that works. We're on our 4th kid.
Sounds good.
Right? We were laughing. I was smacking her in the ass today. Everything's working out.
Legit.
So, nobody could argue with me, what the roles are. And we talk about, strength and what a man is, what a strong man is, what a strong woman is. Like, don't tell me a girl with muscles is a strong woman. Get the fuck out of here.
Agreed.
Because you know what? You know what you get?
What do you get?
These strong women.
Yeah.
Right? These women with muscles. And I just don't mean women that lift weights or all like this. I just mean these women that embrace everything other than femininity as a sign of strength.
Yeah.
They're single or they're divorced. They're single moms. They're miserable. They have friends that stab them in the back. They have an inconsistent social circle because they can only be around people who are fucking losers like they are. What couple wants to hang out with the fucking single man or woman all the fucking time?
Yeah.
It's synthetic. So, we have plenty of guys in the school, right? In the school, like we have, the instructors and stuff. Like the guy that's single,
yeah, by
default doesn't get to participate in the same rituals as everybody else.
It's true.
Because, there's things we do as the fellas, but there's things we do with the wives.
There is.
And if we're bringing the wife, you don't show up with a wife. Like, hey, you're always welcome, but fuck, man, get a wife.
True.
Like you're missing out on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. Any other questions?
Let's see. Yeah, we have one at the top. MC, what should daughters see from their fathers?
Say again?
What should daughters see from their fathers? Which we went over just now, but more detail.
Yeah, I mean, well, to reiterate, and this is sort of piggybacking off what a good friend of ours had said once to me. When your daughter looks at you as the father,
yeah,
she starts defining, what a man is, what a good man is,
what a strong man is,
right? What a strong man is, or what she thinks may be a strong man.
Yeah,
when you have the father that beats the mother.
Yep.
You have the daughter that gets beaten by her husband.
Correct, because she thinks it's okay.
Whoever she meets was nowhere around when her mother was getting slapped and she was witnessing it. But because it affects her to a point where that becomes the definition of what a good man is, it affects everything in her life to the point that she winds up the same way.
Yeah, it does. And
the same thing on the man's end. A little boy.
Yeah.
He's the one that slaps around his wife because he saw dad doing it to mom.
Correct.
Right? So all my sons, they're going to be asking for sandwiches and pinching their wives' asses.
That's funny.
Right? So, it's really, you get to define, you and your wife get to define, what these roles are to your kids. And if you don't embrace that, or if you mire it, right? If you muck it up, you blend it, they don't know who the man is, who the woman is. Like, you're fucking up, dude. You're
fucking up big time.
You are fucking up. Me and my wife, we share everything. Oh yeah, do you? Do you share a fucking vagina?
Do you share tampons?
Yeah, like, what do you mean you don't fucking share everything? You compromise half the shit. That's what it is. Yeah. You compromise half the job.
Correct.
You don't share anything. You compromise half the job.
Yeah.
Half the job you're saying, fuck it. The other half you might be getting right, but half of it, you're fucking up.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna put the fake boob on my chest, and I'm gonna feed the baby milk.
Out of my fake nipples.
Hopefully I'll be able to do it gently enough that she thinks I'm also a woman feeding her milk. Get the fuck out of here. All right, let's go on to the next one. So, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Multiculturalism. Multiculturalism was a hot topic on episode 100.
It was.
It was a topic that I admitted, and it's funny, but I feel this is completely congruent and logical. But I got a lot of feedback afterwards where people were questioning. I'm the product of an interracial marriage.
Yeah.
And I'm not for interracial marriage. So when I say that, it doesn't mean there should never be interracial marriage. It should be illegal. No. If you're like this and you have a choice, between like this or like that, I'm going to tell you're like this, go it like this.
I get it.
It's that. That's the my whole position on it.
I get it.
And it's funny because you get people who were, have two white parents, two black parents, two brown parents, whatever the case is. And they want to have an opinion on what it's like, what multiculturalism is. And listen, you ain't fucking, you don't have my life experience if you have a matching set at home, so.
That's funny.
I know what it's like, to be ostracized. I know what it's like to sort of struggle to sort of search and find my identity.
Yeah, on both sides.
On both sides. Well, it's really in one way through both sides.
Correct.
And I had to pick and choose. So it's funny. You get a lot of, when you talk about multiculturalism, there's a lot of different aspects to the topic that you could talk about. One of them is, there is a whole, position of genetics and its role in tribe and its role in culture and how, races genetically are compatible to one another. And there is more strength when embracing that inherent compatibility. And there are so many different sort of strengths and weaknesses between the races that it would be foolish to ignore them.
True.
And some of these strengths and weaknesses, even including intelligence. Blacks, average IQ 70 in Africa. African Americans, IQ 85. Average white, 100. Hispanic, I think it's like 90, 92.
Okay.
Asians, it's like 106. Like, that's what you get. Because Jackie says plus the tendon. It's true. You got to include the tendon. Very good.
That's true.
But the whole thing is, it's like, all right, so.
Now, does the tendon take a few points off the IQ, or is it?
I don't know if you have to replace it. It's like a video game.
Yeah.
It's like a video game.
Yeah.
3 more bars added to the tendon. It takes away 3 bars on IQ. I don't know.
It's possible.
I don't know. It could be an individual thing.
Yeah.
But whatever the case, like for me, my father's a very dark-skinned Puerto Rican. My mother's Italian-Irish.
Yeah.
It's like whatever those studies say, I'm me. So I'm a feeder, right? I'm the master morality. I'm Like, I'm not going to sit here and have somebody tell me what I'm supposed to think about myself.
Correct.
Right? So the whole thing is, and this is, I always tell people, like, why do you like people only after you find out they like you too?
That's funny.
That's such a weak fucking position. It is. And it's insecurity too.
It is. It's okay.
It's like, he likes me. I like him too.
Yeah.
Oh, I like him. Oh, he doesn't like me. Well, fuck him. I don't like him anymore.
Fuck him.
No, I like people totally exclusive of the fact whether they like me or not.
Correct.
Right? So for me, when it comes to, my interracial, background, my multicultural background, it was a fucking maze that I'm still to this day navigating to some extent.
Yeah, me too.
So it was, I have to pick, my story. I have to choose, what I choose to embrace and identify with in terms of connections. I have my background, my ethnic background is diverse, certainly, but obviously I embrace certain aspects of my background more than others.
Yeah.
And for me, it was something that I think could have been replaced with a little bit more of a journey down a road, rather than faced with the sort of maze of picking the road.
I see.
If I had a road to travel on from the beginning, I think I could have gone down a little bit further than I am right now. But I had to sort of sort that shit out.
Yeah.
And the people that say, oh, well, that makes you special. It makes you who you are.
That's funny.
You connect, these different, like, that's all bullshit.
It's all nonsense.
That's all bullshit. It's like, you should be a doctor. What kind? I'll go for this a little bit. I'll go for that a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'll go for this. Oh, I'm a surgeon. I'm an herbologist. I'm a
gynecologist.
A fucking gynecologist. I'm a oncologist.
Proctologist.
So you do all these different things, but if anybody needs any one of those aspects of your training, they're not going to you.
No.
There's the phrase jack of all trades.
Master of none.
Right. So they're going to go to the guy that is that.
Yeah.
Because there's strength in it. So
there is.
When we talk about, multiculturalism, it's, I think Tuan Tom said, might have been Jack. I get confused. Excuse me if I get it wrong, but diversity is different groups.
Yeah.
It's different separate groups. So it's, if we're diverse, we can't be the same class. We can't be the same category. There is no diversity in that.
True.
So there is uniformity. So I always make the joke, that diversity is the best. But remember, we're all one.
Yeah, we're all one.
And it's that sort of that hypocritical positioning of liberal-minded thinking, that gets us into this fucking position in the first place.
Yeah. It's funny. I am also a product of interracial marriage.
Are you?
My dad is white and my mom's more of an eggshell. And they got a lot of shit for that. Got a lot of trouble.
What are you bringing this fucking, this off-white,
you're bringing this eggshell motherfucker,
burnt sienna motherfucker up in my fucking house.
Yeah. So that was difficult.
Oh my God. Jesus, how dark is it going to get this summer?
That's funny.
But, so for me, it's, I don't want to hear about diversity. I don't want to hear about, like, Black History Month. I've said it before during the Whack History Month episode.
Correct.
I don't give a fuck about Black History Month.
No.
I don't fucking care. Like, is there power in the history of black people? Of course there is.
Yeah.
Let them fucking read about it.
Correct.
I'm not black. I never owned a slave.
No.
I never was a slave. Like, I don't, like, my father's dark enough that there might have been some motherfucker getting whipped. You go back a couple hundred years. Who the fuck knows? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
What do I want to read about? I want to read about fucking Thor. I want to read about fucking Odin. I want to read about things that I can identify with that represent strength for me.
Correct.
My sons are going to read about that. My daughter is going to read about that.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about Black History Month. Martin Luther King Jr., great man. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I don't.
100%.
He didn't save me.
No.
Right? He didn't save anybody else that I'm fucking family with. Like, I just don't care. And that's not a value judgment.
No.
Right?
It's not saying it's not has value.
It's just an assessment to my sort of embracing of that narrative. I don't care.
Yeah.
I got my own shit to fucking worry about and read about.
Sure. Like Aborigines will study Aborigine stuff. Like, do you want
random button?
I'm just saying, you want to learn about Aborigines? Same thing. No, it's different.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Same thing. 100%.
No, it is just a fucking random application of the concept I was making.
Sure.
What's going on in the chat room?
Mine. This
Anthony Sepulveda says,
nigga.
"My nigga."
Awesome. People are saying, can we just get along? One person had to leave, and everyone bid him farewell. That's it. 100%.
100%. Who left?
Chris had to go.
Jackio?
No, Chris, the other Chris.
Okay.
That Chris.
All right. So
Jackio's still there.
cool. I'm like, Jackio, it's your first fucking sponsored episode. What are you
Can't
doing,
leave
bro?
early.
What are you doing?
No, he's still around.
So, all right. So multiculturalism.
I like what you said about forcing it and having it like having a body, adding an extra arm or
Right.
extra leg.
Right. And that's what you will have, the libpros, the libtards, thinking they could somehow recreate and improve a formula similar to Common Core.
Yeah.
How can we, for no other reason than control, how can we rewrite the formulas that have allowed us to succeed until now? I remember watching this video a couple weeks ago that Brian had put us on to.
Who, Goose?
The Goose,
Yeah.
the bow hunting.
Oh, yeah.
The guy was talking, and if you guys saw that video, let us know what the guy's name is. But
Yeah.
he was a bow hunter, and he goes up to I think it's Alaska, I think like Kodiak Island
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff, and he
It was
goes
very cool.
hunting and does this whole videography shoot, and he's talking about like what hunting means to him. And he made a great point when he talks about these vegans and stuff. And he goes,
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, what you eat, what you believe in. You're only here because one of your ancestors was strong enough to hunt and kill and eat animals.
Exactly. Your ancestors were good hunter-gatherers, and that's why you're here.
Right. And
That's why you're allowed to be a fucking vegan
Right.
asshole.
I don't think he said that. But
No, he didn't say that, but that's what he meant.
That's
He's
what
like
he
the captain of PETA. What are the captain or the president? Fucking captain of PETA.
Capitan.
Capitan PETA is a fucking dickhead.
So when you talk about, forcing the issue and allowing things to sort of change for no other reason than to change them, it's really like, finding the balance and the sophisticated perfection of the human body, and then taking an arm and surgically implanting it right in the middle of the chest.
Yeah.
Like, 2 arms are good, 3 arms must be better. And no, it sabotaged the function of the unit.
Yeah.
It sabotaged the function of the whole. And when you talk about, we're going to take all of these cultures and we're going to break down these walls, thereby completely trivializing and eliminating the significance of each one of their individual stories, for the sake of saying we're all one.
Yeah.
Well, what is the point of the journey? If we don't get to keep the sort of the fruits of our labors. Like, how disrespectful am I being to my ancestors? If I'm not celebrating them because I'm too busy celebrating fucking Black History Month.
Yeah.
I'm not teaching my kids about Irish warriors, about, the struggle of Italian immigrants, about the struggles of Puerto Ricans, in the, when the Taino Indians met the settlers from Europe. And, there's so many stories that are involved in my people's history, of strength. How the fuck am I going to bypass that to talk about Black History Month?
It's like putting an asshole right here.
It's like putting an asshole right here.
Elbow.
So
The computer blocked it. This part
I actually thought, because I'm maybe 5 pounds away from not even being able to reach my elbow.
An asshole in my elbow.
Oh my God. I'm stronger
It's
than
not
I've ever
food,
been.
it's violence,
shit.
according to Ricardo.
It's not food, it's violence.
Holy fuck.
Oh, that
and Brandon
fucking
Vera
video.
fucked that up. He should have.
Yeah, Brandon Vera fucked that up. I mean, he took the video, which is good, but
Of
how
course.
do you not walk up to those people and get them to talk to you?
Yes.
Brandon Vera, UFC fighter.
Correct.
Most people are going to know who he is in that area. Like,
Yeah.
you go up and you say, I'm Brandon Vera from the UFC. Want to get your message out.
Yeah.
So what's this about?
What's this all about?
Who did what to your chicken?
She starts crying.
Who did what to your chicken?
Yeah.
But fuck that up. So multiculturalism, let there be diversity. Black people, embrace your blackness.
Yeah.
Leave me the fuck alone.
That's funny.
Slavery. There were slaves.
There were.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not apologizing for it.
Yeah.
I don't care. They weren't a slave.
No.
Their mother wasn't a slave.
No.
We spoke about this so many times.
Yeah, of course. Episodes. Of course.
Slavery helped them.
It did.
How you like that? Throwing that out there.
We've said that a lot, and that's been repeated.
It's like,
yeah.
You want to go back to Africa?
Yeah.
If you this is like, I'll turn this car right around.
That's
you want to go back to Africa? Complain again. Say that shit again.
Say it one more time.
Rob, one more motherfucker. I will turn this fucking ship right around and go back to Africa.
You know what their response is?
What?
That's malarious.
Oh my God, that's so malarious.
I don't want to go back there. I'll go to visit.
That's so malarious.
That's so malarious. Yeah.
Oh, meme picture reference.
Correct. So Master Anthony says, can you guys discuss the ISIS videos and the Mexican cartel videos? Your take on this MC would be cool to share. That's more with the relationship with violence, but we can do it.
Yeah. So there, we talked about, the beheadings and I think this is what segued into, Jack saying, I don't know that guy.
Yeah.
But prior to that, I was talking about, when you have no relationship with violence, that becomes the sort of the only aspect of reality that you become affected by.
Correct.
So imagine there was a bright light shining in your face. Bright red light shining in your face.
Bright red light. Check.
And you had to read something that was right beyond that light on the wall. But you can't see because there's bright red light. And then you get, red shades.
Okay.
Put them on. The red light is neutralized. And now I can read what's on the wall.
Yeah.
So you have these people that violence is that light in their face. And that's all they can see because it affects them so much.
Correct.
And then you have other people who have a relationship with violence. And they're the people that don't only look at the violence, they get to actually decipher, what the context of the situation is.
Correct.
So you get the ISIS videos, right? The beheadings.
Which the new ones, they're not so good.
Right. They're
too
fucking
overproduced.
They're fucking it up.
Yeah.
They're losing the grit.
Yeah, the edits and the fucking, it's getting.
Because people now doubting the validity of them.
It's too Hollywood.
Too many cuts.
Yeah. I wonder what the after party looks like in the green room. They're all like,
you're so crazy. Ahmed, you're so crazy. You're natural.
They do retakes, like the one where the guy's lifting his hand up to talk. It's
Put this head back on. Put this head back on.
We got to do it again. The lighting, not so good. I don't know. I made him Jewish, but whatever.
So
their DP is Jewish.
So,
that'd be funny. Director of photography.
I'm like DP. I'm like, what?
That's the guy who holds the camera. He's like, it's no good, the light.
So when you see these beheadings, if you are so overwhelmed by the actual act of having a head, sawed off by a knife, you don't get to pay attention to anything else that these people are about.
Yeah.
So, when you start looking, I don't want to get too political, but
one person said, why didn't they fight when they get beheaded? Most of the time they're drugged.
Yeah, and that's the intel I think out of the area.
Yeah,
is that a lot of times that they're sedated to the point of they're just because I'm with you. I'm with you. The first time I see them, I'm immediately like Like, dude, go out. You know, what was his name? Quattrio.
Yeah,
The guy that we had who was a pressure
take
player.
this off so you can see how Italian dies.
Yeah, you know. So by all
Francisco.
means, yeah. If you're gonna go big. Fuck that. But you know, a lot of those guys are drugged. But getting back to the video, there was another video where I had all my guys watch it.
Yes.
And it's because it's part of their training. It's a Mexican cartel, and a group of guys. They have these 4 women. I'm not going to link the video. You just look it up. And these 4 women are kneeling in front of them, hands bound,
correct,
shirts off. You know, humiliated. You know, and all these guys' faces covered, and all have guns and everything. And they're getting the women in Spanish to acknowledge who they are, acknowledge, you know, who they work with, where they're from, all these different things. Then they threaten what obviously is a rival gang, and then it turns into the fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It goes fucking. They go in. And they're not very skilled either. They're fucking. The guy with the axe is not very accurate.
You know, cut a couple of the girls' heads off. Another one they swinging an axe to get it off. They dismember the women on video.
Yeah, they cut their arms and legs off,
and it's rough.
They throw them all in a pile with the torsos. Pretty fucking,
and it's rough.
Pretty intense.
And my whole thing is, it's all right. How does this affect you? You know, and when you see this, how does it affect you? You know, Tuan Tom is a great saying on it, or a great perspective. He's saying, you know, I watch these videos and I watch when somebody's looking at them, and you know, the guys that are wincing, the guys that are making the faces, they're looking at that scene through the eyes of the victim.
Correct.
You know, they're that victim. That woman who's getting decapitated, that's their mom, that's their girlfriend, that's their wife.
Well, that's them.
Or that's them.
Yeah.
You know, he said it in the episode. He goes, when I watch those videos, I'm always the beheader.
Correct.
I'm always the beheader. And the hypothetical I put, you know, on the scenario when talking, it might have been to Anthony. I said, well, imagine we're watching this video, right? But those 4 women, they murdered your family. Yeah. They tortured your children.
Correct.
You know, and now you're watching it. And now you're able to you know, affect revenge on them. You're able to sort of do justice. You're able to finally, you know, lay vengeance for your children on these women. You know, it's a different perspective.
It is. I think then I would have not cut their heads off first. They should have cut their arms and legs off first.
Right. So the whole thing is when you're able to change perspective on and it's really just embracing strength.
Yeah.
When you're able to apply strength to watching that level of violence, it's empowering. It's empowering because you remove violence's control over you.
Correct.
You know,
like a bag of bricks, put it down, walk away.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's, you know, you're with your wife and children, and, you know, one of your and I'm going to get morbid for a second, but one of your children has his head blown off.
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to do? Are you going to freeze and watch every other child of yours get your head blown off? Watch your head get blown off? Your wife's head? Like, we gotta act.
Yeah.
You know, we can't let violence have so much control over us that we're not able to do what we're supposed to be doing.
Correct.
You know, so, you know, when it comes to violence, I'm very much a proponent of, you know, forcing yourself to watch those videos.
I agree.
And get to the point where you're the beheader. Get to the point where this has no power over you, no control over you.
Correct.
You know, as an atheist, I'm always having debates more, you know, years past than nowadays, but about morality. And if you don't believe in God, you know, how do you know right and wrong? You know, and to which I reply the age-old adage of, well, are you telling me that the thought of hell is the only reason you're not raping and killing everybody right now? That's the only reason?
That's the only thing stopping you is the guy with the pitchfork.
Right.
And
the reason I bring that up, not to bring religion up, but the reason I bring that up is, you know, it's you know, having the point where you're that comfortable with violence doesn't make you violent.
No.
It doesn't make you want to go and decapitate people. That's stupid.
Yeah.
But what it does is it allows one more open seam, to use some SIOC terminology. It allows you to close one more seam.
That's correct.
You know? And it's empowering. It's about strength.
It is. It's all about strength. It's training.
I gotta blow my nose. Why don't you read some comments?
All right. Master N said he wouldn't watch those videos until recently after some talks with you. Storm says stress inoculation. Dave Grossman. People are talking about Faces of Death, which is everyone. When you're a kid, you watch that all the time. Blood Eagle.
I don't know about all the time, you crazy fuck.
What? But, I watched that all the time when I was little.
So Dave Grossman, I believe that's the author of On Killing. And it's exactly right. You know, you talk about stress inoculation. It's the same thing. You know, I remember I talked about that video that the first time I really hated Joe Rogan was the time he commented on that kicking video that I had, where I had all the guys. Were you in that class that day?
No.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
Of course I know what you're talking about. DJ fucking.
Right.
Yeah.
I started breakdancing and shit. But I had the guys kicking each other in the leg, you know, no shin guard, just, you know, shin on thigh at the end of a striking class.
Correct.
Just to let them understand what those kicks that they've been practicing all these months, what they actually do, and how they actually feel.
Yeah.
You know, and it was painful for some. You know,
the people that had never done it before, yeah, you could see them.
I wouldn't say that people had never done it before. I would say also the people who, or more so, the people who didn't buy into what I was saying.
Yeah.
You know, and when I said, look, you got to sit there, you got to put some weight on your leg,
and
you got to eat it.
You have to.
Because that's what we're doing. We're getting kicked in the leg. There's no way around it.
Can't give the ass.
Right. You can't turn around. You have to eat it.
Yeah, because that's the best part. That's right there. That's where you take it.
Let it only hurt. Don't let it cripple you.
That's right.
Let it only hurt. And we had a couple of guys who just couldn't bring themselves to sort of follow through.
Yeah.
And it was probably a more productive training session for them than most of the other people. But talk about stress inoculation, that's what it's about.
It is.
And we've been, you know, OC sprayed, we've been shot.
We've done shin to shin. Like
flogged. Fucking shin to shin is something we do.
Yeah.
From time to time.
The flogging, the fucking OC spray.
Yeah, like, you know, stress inoculation is something we embrace.
The fucking, what was that? The smelling salts? We all did that.
Yeah, smelling salts. Like anything I could think of. It's like, oh, this would be cool. The window, jumping through the window.
Jump through the window, which is, it seems like something small, but everybody banded together. Everyone's trying it. Everyone's fucking doing shit they never did before.
We were expanding one of the jungle gyms, the one that Pat runs up in Westchester.
Yeah.
And we were putting a window in a wall, you know, for like parents to watch the kids' class.
Yeah, very cool.
And I'm sitting down looking at the window.
Yep.
And I was like, wait a minute, we should all jump through the window. So I was like, everybody, let's go. Everybody in line, we're jumping through the window. So I did it first.
Of course.
And then you just see some people, you did it fine. You know, Anthony did it fine. Leo, I think, did it fine. Oscar, like, half-assed it. Little guy tried to step through the window.
He went nuts.
It was fucking hysterical. But, you know, at the end of it, it was just another challenge, just another way to test ourselves.
Let's just
another way to, you know, to overcome some shit, you know, to work some shit out.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You know, so it was pretty cool. All right, so feminism.
Feminine. Why is parakeet feminine?
What is that from?
Red Heat. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Anywho, so feminism is a topic that, you know, I always hate dealing with.
Yeah.
But I'm always dealing with.
It's a love-hate.
Oh my God. Because there's so much work that needs to be done.
Correct.
You know, in this fucking, in the world of feminism. And, you know, when it comes to the women who identify themselves as feminists, I think it's always important to start off, you know, defining terms, you know, what your feminism is, what it means.
Correct.
You know, I think women should be allowed to walk down the street. Well, yeah.
Yes.
You know, I think women should be allowed to vote. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I think women, you know, should have the same rights as men. Well, yeah. Yeah to all that shit. Absolutely. 100%. You know, I don't think games should be violent against female characters. It's like, no, that's fucking retarded.
Yeah. That's silly.
I think that if a woman is drunk and a man is drunk and they have sex, the man should be held responsible for a sexual assault. It's like, okay, well, there goes half the fucking human population.
Yeah, no more babies.
No more fucking babies in Ireland, I'll tell you that much.
Yep, I'm wiped off the map. I don't exist
So,
anymore.
hey, look, I got a fucking Irish grandfather. So,
That's true.
It's, when you have to define what feminism is, because there were women back in the day that had a hell of a lot better argument, than the women nowadays. Nowadays, it's really just a sort of an attention contest. When it comes to women, it's funny. Like my wife, homemaker, full-time mom, incredible wife, all these different things. Like she laughs, at these feminist, complaints and
Yeah.
I don't tell my wife what to do. I don't have
Dominion.
right? Like I don't have a remote control for my wife. Listen, you better do this, but it doesn't work. It's not what a marriage is.
No.
But to say that, my wife should be able to work like I'm able to work. Well, yeah, she could do whatever she wants. She wants to go out and work. Yeah. Our family will suffer if she does that, by the way.
Yeah.
You could do whatever you want, but there are consequences for those actions. So it's not a matter of, removing those rights. It's really just embracing the formulas that work.
Correct.
Like if I really needed my wife to work, she wouldn't have a problem working. I wouldn't have a problem with her working if that's what we needed to happen.
That is correct.
So, it's not about repression. It's really about, because you know what it is. You have the liberals, the progressives, I think is a better word.
Progressives.
Lib-pros. I go with lib-pros.
Okay.
You have the lib-pros. They want to tell you that, you should not be staying at home taking care of your child.
That's bad.
That is fucking horrendous. It's one of the sort of major factors in the downfall of our society, because you have institutions raising generations of children. You have the family court system that is so against men.
Yep.
Because of the fucking just useless fucking bantering of these feminist groups, and I just read an article the other day about some guy who owed over $30,000 in child support.
Okay.
For a child who was not his.
Okay.
So this guy banged some chick, some fucking whore bag.
Okay.
And fucked up there.
Sure.
Wound up in jail. Right? He was in jail after the fact.
Okay. Unrelated. Just in jail.
Found out, didn't go to jail for having sex. Right? Wound up in jail.
Yeah.
Found out when he got out of jail that he was listed. So I guess when the baby, because I'm fucking married and I do shit normally, I don't have to deal with this. But, when a woman is there and she has a child and there's no man, they ask who the father is. The woman gets to write a fucking name.
Oh, yeah?
Well, this girl that he fucking banged put his name.
Okay.
So it wasn't his kid.
Okay.
So he gets a notification that he owes child support for this kid that wasn't his, that he never met, by the way.
How old is the kid at that point?
I don't know, a year or 2 years, whatever his
Old enough to do a
duration
paternity
in jail.
test.
Well, this is the thing now. So now he contests this.
Yeah.
He says, this is bullshit, it's not my kid. Well, there's an address that they have listed for the mom. He goes because he wants to serve her with papers to have the DNA. The address they have isn't hers. So now he has no recourse at the time.
Okay.
He has no recourse because he can't even find this girl to sort of disprove paternity. Doesn't matter. You got to pay. You got to pay. It's never been proven that's his kid, but you still got to pay. So
That's
finally,
fucking bullshit.
Finally, he fucking finds her ass. Gets the paternity test done.
Kid's Chinese.
Kid is not his.
There you go.
Not his.
Did he pay anything?
He was on the hook and is still on the hook for over $30,000.
How does that make any sense?
Those were his back payments, right? So he goes before a judge, a woman judge,
Yeah.
the honorable fucking cunt,
Yes.
and
the Honorable Judge Cunt.
Judge Cunt.
That's funny.
Right? So Judge TNA Cunt. And this fucking Judge Cunt, what does this Judge Cunt do? This Judge Cunt tells him, I can't believe the mockery you've made of this system. I can't believe how much effort you put into escaping your responsibilities and obligations.
It's not his kid.
Not his kid. The woman doesn't give a fuck. The judge doesn't give a fuck. Doesn't matter. You were ordered to pay this money. Doesn't matter. We'll sort that shit out later. Pay this money. You don't pay, you go to jail.
Okay.
Right? So, yeah, that's fine to say, but what the fuck is happening?
That's insane.
It is insanity.
Yeah, it's not his kid. Proven not his kid. DNA test says not his kid.
You are not the father.
Yeah, you are not the father. And then they still want him to pay.
Still want him to pay.
That doesn't make any sense. So someone I never met can write my name down right now.
100%.
I've never met them.
Patrick White motherfucker Kelly.
Like right now, someone watching the podcast could be like, that's the father. And I'm going to now owe money?
Yeah. Oh. It's true. So these are the things when you that happen when you let these feminists run amok.
That's fucking insane.
These are the effects on society.
Yeah.
You know, you have men who identify as feminists. I'm a feminist. You know.
That word, I don't think it means what you think it means.
These men are fucking faggots. These men are the men that we mock and should be mocked.
They're the unicorns.
Because being them is something that nobody should aspire to be.
Correct.
So if we somehow allow them to sort of skirt by as an acceptable form of man, what are we doing if not encouraging it?
Correct.
Because it's not easy being a man. It's not easy being a man. Pressure to power.
Yeah.
You know, we have to go through some shit because that's what we do.
Correct.
When you're able to think about these fucking these faggots, these feminist men. They're men. They don't have to give birth to kids.
Yep.
They don't have to be a good wife to a husband.
Nope.
They don't have to make somebody a sandwich. They don't have to do any laundry. They don't have to clean the house. They don't have to do all these different things.
Maybe they do.
Maybe by choice, but they don't have to.
No.
But they also, because they bypass those responsibilities and obligations of being a man, they also don't have to go to war. They also don't have to defend somebody's honor. They also don't have to punch somebody in the fucking mouth that needs to be punched. They also don't have to do all those things that are inherently risky and dangerous that men embrace because it is part of the virtue of masculinity.
True.
You know, fucking Titanic's going down, the rescue boat hits the water. Those men are trying to sit down.
They are. They're trying to bribe their way in.
What are real men doing? Real men are putting the fucking women and kids on that goddamn boat. You know? But so that's how these men are, just the bottom of the fucking barrel.
Or maybe they're impregnating their women and then putting them on the boat. They had enough time.
I don't think so.
There's enough time. That boat took a long time to sink. You could probably put a baby in one of them, put them on the boat.
These men are not putting a baby.
I'm talking about real men.
Oh, real men.
I mean, real men. That's what real men are doing.
Because I'm thinking you're unicorn. I'm like,
no.
What are you talking
I'm saying
about?
Real men are going to put a baby in the girl, then put her on the boat. That's what you were saying. Real men put the girls on the boat.
They might put some babies on the ladies' backs. At a minimum.
Just saying. The will to procreate. You got how long is the boat going to take? 2 hours? Fucking, I'm making some kids.
Thousands of babies on her back. Anyway. So what we got going on in the chat room? Anything?
Mangina, sorcery, unicorns. They're all just chiming in on what we're talking about. The results are in. Odin is the All-Father.
Odin is the
That's
you
Chris
are the All-Father.
You are the All-Father. I'm just going to spray some period blood on the wall before I leave. Anyway.
All right, I'm looking through the thing too.
Yeah. Nailed it on Male Feminist MC. That's by Masserant.
All right, here we go. Feminists always try to make bullshit correlations. Rape and men. Here's a positive correlation. You can positively correlate eating ice cream and drowning. Or maybe it's just fucking summer.
Yeah, that's true.
Well said, Pierce.
I like that.
Pierce Brosnan. Did you like him as
Pierce Brosnan? No.
He didn't do a good job.
No.
He didn't do a good job. I agree.
No, Sean Connery.
Yeah, well, you can't compare him to Sean Connery.
No, but I'm saying, like, that's James Bond.
Yeah.
And then the new guy's doing good, too.
Yeah.
Because he's just a fucking murderer.
What's his name? Dennis something?
What?
What's his name? I don't fucking know.
His name is something. I'll fucking think of it later. It'll come to me like a lightning bolt.
All right. Masculinity is a liability today. I agree. You know, for me, it's one of those things that, you know, I can't help but to be who I am. I can't help but to say this stuff. One of the reasons
Daniel Craig,
well done. I knew it'd come to you.
Yeah.
You know,
before someone on here fucking said it.
Right. Where's the other book?
Because I don't like that. People start fucking finishing my sentences.
So, The Way of Men, right? Jack's book.
Legit.
I told the story before. I'll say it again briefly. You know, I saw the meme, Violence is Golden.
Correct.
Saw the Viking fucking face. I was like, oh, fucking badass thing.
Yeah.
The Violence is Golden little blip. Read it. I was like, this is amazing. This is probably from the 1800s or something.
Yeah, it's some ancient wisdom.
Fucking Jack Donovan up in fucking Oregon.
Yep.
And I looked him up and I saw he wrote this book, The Way of Men. How fucking simple could it be? Like the perfect book, The Way of Men. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Ordered it, read it. Holy shit.
Legit.
Holy shit. Like that was the call to action.
Yeah.
That was the fucking detonator right there. And it wasn't too long after that the fucking Pressure Project was born.
That is correct.
Because I needed to do more. I needed to get this shit out.
Yeah.
Right? And it's amazing what it's turned into. You know, you talk about, and I agree, masculinity is a liability today, but not in our tribe. Not in our tribe. Not here. Right? Not amongst, you know, the power players, not amongst the people that are involved in this movement or movements that are connected to this movement, that are congruent with this movement. Yeah. And that's the point of the movement. The point is, in this group, masculinity is a strength. It's a virtue, right? It's a premium in the currency in which we trade.
That is correct.
You know, so the more of us there are, the easier it is for us to be the men that we know we are supposed to be. You know, that's why these things are so important. And not just a Pressure Project, but, you know, I read some articles and see videos and it's fucking amazing stuff out there, you know, and, you know, the phrase, what do they call it? The manosphere, you know, it's been around forever. And you have like Return of the Kings, The Art of Masculinity. You have so many people that just talk about strength. Even sometimes it's not even, you know, just sort of male centric, but rather it's really, you know, just strength over weakness.
Yeah.
You know, you have people that talk about, you know, race and, you know, being proud that you're a white guy, being proud that you're a Hispanic guy, you know, being proud for being all these things that the society in which we live today does not place as a premium. Quite the opposite, condemns. You know, it's funny when you get the blacks,
but your blick,
when they're saying, you know, things like, you know, of course we have Black History Month, slavery.
Yeah. Hashtag slavery.
Like, of course, and they're sort of using a tool that they don't even know how to fucking use. It's like, no, that doesn't make sense. You weren't a slave. Yeah, but, you know, we endured that. We motherfucker, you got an iPhone.
Yeah.
You just got out of a fucking Benz.
True.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about slavery? You doing all right.
Yeah, you're doing just fine.
So
you got a scholarship.
Right. So when you see, you know, Colin Flaherty, fucking great guy. Colin is doing some work. He's doing some work. Colin Flaherty is a gentleman we had on the podcast. He has the website and wrote the book, White Girl Bleed a Lot.
Yes.
He's coming out with a new book in March.
Oh, yeah?
You know what it's called?
No.
Don't Make the Black Kids Angry.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Amazing. So here's the thing.
And in turn, it probably will make the black kids angry.
Right. It will piss off a whole lot of black people. So when you talk about strength, you look at the statistics of black violence, black mob violence, as Colin Flaherty puts it. You don't have to be racist. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to be anything other than logical to look at the statistics and to say or to conclude that there is a problem in the black community with violence. There is a problem in the black community with a lack of accountability. And there is no racism necessary to espouse those statistics. So Colin Flaherty is a perfect example of somebody who follows logic, completely oblivious to the discomfort others would feel because of the mainstream pressure to follow the narrative you're fed. There's no problem with black violence. Mike Brown, great fucking kid.
Gentle giant.
Gentle giant. Did you see the way he gently threw that store owner into that fucking bag of chips?
He was very gentle. He could have just ripped his head right off his body.
Oh, what was the fucking show that was just on? The Grammys? The Emmys? What was just on?
The Grammys.
The Grammys. All the fucking people. Don't shoot.
Oh, what the fuck?
Hands up, don't shoot. It's like, you're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
All those fucking rappers. Now, look.
Receivers.
238th Street in the Bronx. I grew up fucking listening to rap. I'm from the Bronx. This is where rap started, right? So Big Daddy Kane, I could cite almost word for word any one of his songs. All that shit aside, all these pieces of shit nowadays, to sit there and when you are given now the information to contradict your initial position, how are you not man enough to fucking admit it?
Yeah.
Mike Brown was a piece of shit.
He was.
He was always a piece of shit. Yes. Eric Garner, piece of shit.
Actually, he had the cure for cancer in his back pocket.
Holy fuck.
And it got ruined by his massive sweat and when
That's
he
not
died.
true. That's not true.
No,
it didn't happen.
It didn't happen at all. He did not cure cancer.
You know, like, these are your martyrs? Yeah. These are the people that you're like this in a fucking TV show doing? Like, are you fucking kidding me? But everybody plays into it. Everybody loves the story.
They all receive.
Oh, these poor guys. Everybody loves the underdog. Why? Because everybody's a fucking weak underdog.
Yep.
What is an underdog? Other than somebody who statistically is supposed to lose. Why? Because they're weak.
Yeah.
Everybody loves an underdog story. He did it.
Rudy.
He did it. Rudy. He did it.
He did it.
He did it. He played fucking half a game or some shit.
Half a down, two
like,
down.
what the fuck? He was terrible. Look at all he had to do just to get on the fucking field. Hey, don't you be talking about Rudy. Come on, my Rudy. People. We got to be consistent.
Yeah.
Who are the heroes? The guys that fucking crush.
Correct.
The guys that fucking crush it.
Well, the guys we don't even hear about that fucking crush it.
Like, these are the fucking heroes.
Yep.
Not the guy that sucked, that won anyway.
Yeah.
These aren't the fucking heroes.
No.
That's weak.
Genghis Khan was not an underdog.
Genghis Khan, that motherfucker knew some shit.
Yeah. Not an underdog.
So they said that he would come upon like a castle, a fortress, an enclave, right? A wall of a city. And he would make camp. And he'd put up like it was like a yellow flag or something. And I'm fucking up the colors. So
sure. Let's just go with what you're saying.
And he'd put it up. And that was the message to the people. You know, you have 3 days to surrender.
Yeah. We'll give you a chance.
And he'd hang out. And if they surrendered, nobody would die.
It's like the Borg. Assimilate.
Right. You'd be assimilated.
Yeah.
But you'd still retain your leadership.
Your religion.
Right? Your religion, your identity for the most part.
Yeah.
You're just now under the umbrella of Temujin.
Nice. That was good.
After those 3 days, if you didn't surrender, red flag goes up.
Yeah.
Now you
too late.
Now you can't leave.
Nope.
That motherfucker knew some shit.
Yeah.
So beheadings, I'm not fucking, beheadings are beheadings. What are you going to do? You die, you die. You make the drama, like, oh, fanfare. Yeah, it has more an effect on people. That's why it's called terrorism.
It's supposed to incite terror. And if you let it do that, then guess what?
But think about it. Fucking Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
You know, fucking, they would put people on poles.
They would do things,
on poles.
Terrible things.
Think about how many cool pictures of like fucking Conan, right?
Yeah.
So 2 on Raph. Where's...
right behind you.
2 on Raph is not behind me.
Oh, no, the picture, the drawing is.
Right? So you have, grab that picture off the wall.
Okay.
Don't drop it or I'll fucking kill you.
I will not drop it.
Right? So here's some shit, right? Now, do me a favor. Show it to the camera. Now, if you don't know who Tuhon Raphael Kayanin is, he is one of the greatest artists on the planet. And he's written for comics. He has his own art. I have pieces of his all over the school. He's written for Conan. And when you look at his pictures, you'll see masculinity, you'll see strength, power, you'll see war, you'll see violence. I love his art because his art is it's sort of like the catharsis, you know. I look through his picture into a world, an identity, a reality that is soothing to me.
Yeah.
But when you look at a picture as beautiful as it is of a warrior holding heads, how do you think the fucking heads got there?
Yeah.
Right?
True.
So you have the supermarket syndrome. I go and eat chicken.
Yeah.
How do you think the chicken got there? I'm going to eat beef. How do you think the beef got there?
Even the words beef.
Oh, I don't know if it was my family or I was at a function somewhere, but we killed a chicken to cook it. And yeah, I think it was one of my cousins refused to eat it.
Why? Because it was killed right then?
I will give you her quote. Her quote was, "I'm not eating a dead chicken."
So then just give her one of the living chickens to eat.
Holy fuck. But this is what happens.
Chicken.
So
That's
this
amazing.
is what happens. People love watching Conan, right? Men, Conan, fucking awesome movie. Did you see that? Ninja movies. Come on, how popular are ninja movies?
Very
Kung
popular.
Fu flicks. Punch you in the chest, you have cancer,
Kill
your lung
Bill.
comes out of your fucking mouth.
Done.
People love that shit.
They do.
But there is such a disconnection between what they're seeing and falling in love with and what the realistic application of that is.
Yeah.
That you see this fucking disparity between fans of masculinity and masculine men.
Correct. Yeah.
What's going on?
Self-reliance.
I want to ask question. I want to answer questions.
There's only one thing a woman likes more than a conquering man, a man who conquers.
I like it.
It's good. So yeah, let's have them ask some questions. I got 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
There's a delay. So if we say ask questions now, we have 10 seconds before a question pops up.
Oh, all right.
So ask some fucking questions. Fucking clock's ticking.
Court jesters, don't worry about the facts. I agree.
Yep.
I agree. Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang.
Yeah, there's Mike Brown, sweet kid.
I told you I bounced one night in my life, and we're gonna have a listener, Morsi, our boy
cool.
Morsi. We're gonna have him on, and he'll talk about bouncing. He's a bouncer, bouncing a long time.
Awesome.
I bounced one night in my life, and it was in college, and it was for a Wu-Tang concert, and this is back in like '93. So this is when they were just coming out. And
did they give you a net to use?
I don't know what that means. For my hair?
Like a net to catch them?
No.
Oh.
So that night, the way I tell it is, you know, I had the most epic soundtrack fighting ever.
That's awesome.
Because all I did was fight all night with Wu-Tang Clan playing live behind me. So it was epic, but I knew that I would never bounce again.
That's funny.
I was like, fuck, I'm too short.
Yeah.
I was too young and angry. I was fighting all fucking night. Made no sense.
There are two things that'll be wet. Their eyes and their pussy.
Their eyes and their pussy.
That was one of my favorite quotes of all time.
All right.
Here we go. Question. MC. Why is so much credence given to the court jesters? Hollywood opinions is in i.e. Garner and Ferguson.
Well, there's, it's very hard to stand alone.
Yeah.
It's very hard to be who you are by yourself. So if you look at the court jesters, they are the representatives for popularity. They are the representatives for approval. So the court jesters are put on this pedestal and are able to influence the masses because the masses want to be accepted.
Yep.
The masses are so insecure, they are so underdeveloped in their identities that they cannot stand by themselves. Right? I always talk about, when I went to Bronx High School of Science, I went freshman and sophomore year to Bronx Science. And, freshman year and about a little more than halfway of sophomore year. Anyway, year and a half.
Okay.
And when I went there, it was the first time I'd ever gone to a school that had wealthy kids in the school. So Bronx Science, when I went there, it's where Neil deGrasse Tyson went.
Black science guy.
Black science guy.
Cool.
A lot of bright people went to Bronx Science. And when I went there, I saw these rich kids. When I saw these rich kids, they dressed like bums. Old tattered jeans, worn out, tattered shoes. I mean, they didn't look like fucking homeless people, but like,
sure, I get it. They weren't.
They didn't. There was no glamour or glitz. They didn't have fancy jewelry or fucking watches on, or But when I was going to school next to Edenwald Projects, everybody had the fucking the sneakers, the jackets. But it was Triple Fat Goose back then?
Bubble Goose.
Some shit like that.
We might have all that jewelry, but don't got no much skills as me.
You must be the king.
I'm the fucking king.
So, you have this mindset of when people are weak and have nothing, and they have, an overabundance of insecurity. You see this formula for confidence involves the participation of others.
Yeah, it does.
So,
slave.
I feel good about myself, right?
Yeah.
My
clothes are cool, right?
I feel confident today, right?
Yeah.
As they look around. But when you look, and this is slave morality.
It is.
Right? When you talk about master morality, you're talking about the rich kids. You're talking about the kids, they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's because they were rich. Yeah, it's because they never had a need for anything. They never had to fight for anything. They never were embarrassed because they didn't have anything. They didn't go through all these things that condition them to have a slave morality. But that's part of the fucking good thing about being a master in the master morality.
It's not giving a fuck.
You don't even have to give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
One of my guys asked, he said, MC, what does it mean? I heard you said, but what does master morality mean? I don't understand. And I said, when's the last time you got angry at an ant pissing on your shoe?
Yeah.
He goes, well, I didn't give a... Exactly. That's master morality.
That's it right there.
That's how you look at other people. That's how you look at other people's problems.
Correct.
Other people's criticisms. It's an ant pissing on your shoe.
Yeah.
Some people are so sensitive that gets them going too.
It does.
All right. So, hope that answered your questions. Ricardo says the masses want to be told what to do, think. Absolutely, because it's easier.
It is.
Fergadishu. I always loved that fucking
Yeah, movie. That's funny.
So
that's my Monio. That's funny too. He's been saying that.
So you have the mindset. What's up, Chad? You have this mindset when it comes to the jesters.
Yeah.
You're able to feel good about yourself because everybody says that you're part of the group.
Yeah.
I have on the, if you're the teeny bopper, you have on the, what's today? One Direction.
Okay.
What's
Jonas?
The Jonas Brothers. You have fucking, who's the baby, that guy?
Dude, I don't know. Justin Bieber, maybe?
You know the fuck it is, motherfucker. That was a test. Pat failed.
Yeah. You know why I failed?
Why'd you fail?
Because there's a video of Isaiah when he's really little singing that song, and it's fucking hysterical.
Oh, erase that shit before he gets older.
Yeah, he won't see it. It's really funny, though.
So, everybody, they're able to look at the people next to them and sort of fill in those holes in their own sense of identity, through the court gestures.
Yeah.
Why don't I, give a fuck about a celebrity? Because I don't need a celebrity. I don't need, a football star or a basketball star to add validity to my life. I'm going to piss some people off because this pisses off even some of the Russia guys. It's true. Those of you that have, shirts with other men's names on them, we won the game last night. It was tough, but we did it.
We did it.
What are you doing? What are you doing? If not the more manned up version of fucking screaming over the Jonas Brothers and putting a Jonas Brother fucking poster on your wall. What is the difference?
Yeah.
Do not think there's a fucking difference, fellas. You're the guy that fucking puts the fucking Giants fucking picture on his car. I saw one of those fucking hand jobs the other day. Had the New York Giants, painted New York Giants. Do you play for the fucking Giants? I don't think so, because you're driving a fucking Accord.
True.
I'm a Giants fan. We're gonna win it this year. You're not gonna do anything. You're gonna watch them.
Yeah.
When's the last time you don't hear these teenage girls saying, yeah, our album went platinum. We won a Grammy. So you're worse than them.
That's valid.
Right?
Yeah.
You're worse than the teenage girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You get too fucking overzealous about sports.
Sports!
I do sports. More sports than your sports.
Sports. CrossFit. Yeah. Fucking synthetic sports.
The sport of fitness.
Simulated sports.
Yeah, so I agree. Anyway.
So.
Yeah.
What's going on?
People are saying all kinds of shit. We got, when joining a new tribe, say a gym, job, etc., should your goal to be not only join the tribe, but climb to leadership?
Your goal should be to discover the ritual of that tribe.
Yeah.
Because that is the way you are going to be in that tribe. As soon as your identity is incongruent with the tribe's identity and you move to assume leadership, you are hijacking that tribe. You are conquering that tribe. Talk about 48 Laws of Power, right?
Yeah.
48 Laws of Power is an incredible book. A lot of people say, oh, well, you're talking about this tribe and all this stuff. In that book, 48, Laws of Power, there are a lot of incongruent concepts to what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're incongruent at all. Because when you're trying to become powerful by way of those 48 laws, you are infiltrating a tribe.
Correct.
You are maintaining your own identity, your own loyalty. You have an open loyalty while pretending successfully to have a closed loyalty.
Correct.
So when you join a tribe, your first step, if you are truly trying to empower the identity of this group, you should be trying to find out what their rituals are.
Yeah.
You join a karate school, everyone bows. I don't like bowing. Strike one, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Strike one. Oh, in your tribe you don't bow? Well, in our tribe we bow. Are you saying that we should change our tribe to be more like your tribe? Because that's how it plays out.
It does.
Right? So that's what's communicated there. All right? So you join a tribe, look to embrace the ritual of that tribe.
Correct.
See what happens. Because if it's not for you, it's not for you.
True. 100%.
I tried being a raw vegan. Shit didn't work out.
Didn't work out at all. You tried yoga, gave it back.
I gave that shit right back.
Yeah.
I took yoga, gave that shit right back.
No, but it's true. You do it organic like me. I was a regular student. I'm not your cousin or your fucking long-lost relative. I was a regular student just doing what I do. Like I had a goal. The goal was in line with the school. And now I own a school. Like I didn't do anything weird. I just put my head down and worked hard. You know? That's it's a fucking good example.
Good job, Pat.
Nice.
Good job.
See that? Good example card.
It's a good job card.
Yeah, good job card.
So when we're talking about we're talking about, joining a tribe, it's really up to you to determine, what your goals are. Is it to truly join this tribe? Is it to make this tribe better while supporting, maintaining, empowering its identity, the identity of the tribe that existed as you got there?
Yeah.
Not your new, idea for what an identity is. Well, that's up to you. Will an identity of a group change? Absolutely, it'll evolve. Yeah.
Don't be a Starscream.
Yeah, don't be Starscream. Perfect. Don't be that asshole. Right. All right. So, any other questions?
No.
Grass-fed beef all day. Grass-fed beef.
Yes, grass-fed beef. Indeed.
Chris says, if you're a leader, you will naturally rise to the top. If you don't have that ability, you're doing the tribe wrong by trying to lead. Absolutely.
That's correct.
And this is the infiltration concept that I was alluding to. It's, who are you to lead? I'll lead when I walk into a bank with my crew with a bunch of guns. I'm the leader of this bank.
That's my bank.
It's but I don't give a fuck about what the bank is about. That's my bank now, right?
Yeah.
So that's what trying to lead, inorganically is. It's infiltration. It's conquering. There may be a time for that.
True.
If we want to change ISIS, we don't want to go and join ISIS and gravitate towards the top and steer them in a different. No, we want to change them chemically.
Yeah, we want to change them into fertilizer.
With glass. We want to transform them into glass.
Correct.
You ever see the, what was it, Superman? Like everything was like crystals in a fortress of solitude.
Yeah.
Like all these dudes. Oh, they put General Zod in like the glass.
We talk about the Phantom Zone?
In the Phantom Zone, but it looked like glass.
It looked like glass, yeah.
Put them in the Phantom Zone. You know what the fuck I meant.
Yeah, it looks like
I know it's the Phantom Zone, but it looks like the glass.
It looks like glass, and then the
if I say
bomb.
Phantom Zone, the allusion to the nuclear weapon that I was talking about is lost.
Understood.
I say the glass, so then I could say the glass parking lot.
Yes. So the Phantom Zone looks like glass.
I will fucking kill you.
Phantom Zone looks like glass, and the nuclear bomb broke them out of it. Bullshit.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
We would never make it in vaudeville.
Yeah, we would.
I would kill you.
Because great act.
Back then I can get away with it.
That'd be a great act. You know that act where the guy killed the guy every night?
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
All right. So, self-reliance. We finished up with self-reliance on episode 100.
We did.
And it was a and we're going into overtime now. We'll go a couple more minutes, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
With self-reliance, it's really, I think, at the heart of what we should be striving for as men. That's the point of the podcast where Tuan Tom went into his piece on, I want to be the man that people want to be in a tribe with.
Yeah. Car breaks down. Where's Tom?
Right. Where's Tom? Somebody needs to go to the hospital. Where's Tom?
Got to build a house. Where's Tom?
Where's Tom? That is, what self-reliance is about. It's about how can I add another piece, to this process to empower me and enable me and arm me with the tools to better help my brothers.
Correct.
I have strengths. I have future strengths.
Yeah, strengths and future strengths.
And the things I'm good at, I'm very good at. The things I've yet to be good at, I'm working on.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is I never let those things off the hook.
Nope.
I'm just not good at that. I'm just, I'm not one of those things. Like I have a brother, my brother, Big D, Damien. Should give a shout out to my brother.
Awesome.
He's been liking and sharing my posts.
Yes. Yeah.
So guys, Damien Garcia, that's my brother on Facebook.
He's a good guy.
Show you respect.
Legit.
So he is very handy. He's the guy. Like me and my brother, he's the guy. He's the car guy.
He can build shit.
He's the guy. Like fishing, like worked as a mate on a fishing boat. Like
cool.
He's the guy. I was the nerd. That's who I was. I mean, I always whooped asses, but I was like, I was the academic, right? But it doesn't mean I never stopped learning how to try and fix shit, and he ever stopped trying to learn how to figure shit out. Like, it has nothing. Like we have our gifts, but we never ever just sort of allow ourselves to be complacent and incomplete and accept that as, I'm just the guy that does this. Yeah.
No one puts more pressure than you put on yourself.
That's right.
That's how it should be.
Never let anybody pressure you more than you pressure yourself. Self-reliance is if you don't have the answer, it's finding it.
Yeah.
Talking about that. How many times do we, during a conversation, even during a podcast?
Yeah.
It's like, Pat, look that up.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'll find out. That's the response.
You guys realize, like, this is Star Trek. Like, this is 2015. Yeah. We are living in the Star Trek era. We have these fucking machines, right? You see all the meme pics. These things have more computing power than the fucking the space shuttle to the moon. And like, I could look up anything on this, and it's gonna tell me anything, But for some reason, people think it's still okay to just be incomplete because hey, I was never into books.
Yeah.
I hate school, LOL. You're a fucking idiot.
Yes.
I don't read books. Like, where the fuck is that cute?
I don't know.
If I can get my dog to say that, it'd be adorable.
Yeah, because it's a fucking dog.
If I can get my dog to go, I don't read books,
that would
incredible. Be fucking awesome. I could hear that all day.
Yeah.
But you don't get to say that shit as a fucking man and think that's fucking cute. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, true. 100%. They're asking they want a Pressure Project tour.
A Pressure Project tour? What does that mean?
Like we go around the country doing this.
Oh, like a tour?
Yeah, like a tour. Like we have an episode.
Fucking A.
Yeah. Who asked for that?
That'd be awesome. Well,
Chad Taylor.
So the plan is, and if you guys have been paying attention, you've been getting this, little bits and pieces. We're going to make a documentary.
Correct.
And when the time comes to the documentary, we're going to, I'm going to write it. I'm going to, Pat and I were going to put together the concept. A lot of you guys don't know, Pat went to film school. So Pat's the guy behind all the graphics and the editing, and he gives me my magic. All right, you ready? Fireball. You ready? Fireball. I just give him more work whenever
that's
I
funny.
do that. Look, right now he's looking at the time. When did he do that? What timeline?
I have it all.
Right. But so what's that?
Oh, nothing.
All right. So it's our plan is to put together a well-written framework for a documentary.
Yeah.
We're going to get powerful people together to speak to us. We're going to get weak people to speak to us. And we're going to let them understand that we don't agree with their mindset. But we want to put a contrast out there. We want to make a case for being a man.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, because that may very well be our Pressure Project tour.
Yeah.
Our first one.
There you go. That would be fucking awesome.
All right. So very quickly, we got Pressure Player and Unicorn. All right. Pressure Player, Jack Donovan, and Two-Arm Tom Kyer.
Awesome.
It only makes sense. They were some of our first guests. They were actually the first two guests.
First and second
Two-Arm
guest.
Tom, first guest.
Correct.
Jack Donovan, second guest.
That is correct.
And 100 episodes later, here they are with us again. And it's guys like that and their support for the Pressure Project that has allowed us to see the success we've seen. So by all means, those are the pressure players. Unicorn, Obama.
Yeah.
I chose Obama because when you look at the news, what's going on nowadays, you look at ISIS, a lot of people say, yeah, well, ISIS is strong. ISIS is violent. They're a brotherhood. Yeah, but they're not on our side.
They're not.
So fuck them.
They die.
So fuck them.
Correct.
I don't know if it was on the podcast or talking to Two on Tom, but he said, you ever see the pieces on a chessboard? They look exactly alike.
They do.
But one's one side, one's the other.
Yeah, one crushes the other side.
Right. So don't look for, don't always look for differences. Sometimes the only difference you need is they're over there. We're over here.
Yeah.
Fighting for the same shit.
Yeah.
It's ours,
His whole Christian thing.
Fucking Obama.
Christians in the crusade. It's like that is the fucking most tired thing.
Yeah. Like you can't. I mean, you go back far enough. I used to shit my pants. I used to think that was the thing to do. I got to take a shit. Let me just sit right here and make a face.
I'd rather shit here.
You can't just take something out of the history books and compare.
But that's such a fucking cliche
it's cliche. It's weak, and it's really against his narrative.
It is,
right. So are all Muslims bad? Absolutely not. But I'll tell you right now, every fucking terrorist I know is a Muslim. All right. So if you're a Muslim, you're not a bad guy to me. You're not a bad girl to me. But if we ever talk about fucking ISIS, you better be more amped up about those motherfuckers than I am.
As you should be.
Because I will write you off in a fucking heartbeat.
And start getting into people that say they're Christian, but they don't follow their religion. If you say you're Muslim, but you don't follow your religion, are you really Muslim?
Right.
Like are the ISIS guys, are they real Muslims? And so therefore are all Muslims bad?
Right. And obviously,
it's possible, yes.
Our position is those are the fucking real Muslims.
And they all need to go.
And we're really just making a case for pseudo Muslims.
Yeah.
Be a fake Muslim.
Yeah. Be a fake Muslim. Go to the mall.
Right. Go to the mall.
Do all that stuff.
Let me see your wife's face. Like all that shit.
Yeah.
But Obama, getting back to the unicorn.
Yeah.
It's just one fucking weak position after the next. I can't fucking wait till he's gone. Oh, anyway. So
out of office.
Secret Service. I meant out of office. Jeez Louise. So one last time, I want to mention our first sponsor.
Yeah.
All right, Chris Jacchio. I
want to move the computer.
Good. I appreciate that. Chris Jacchio and tier1vikingwear.com. We will put there's the URL for the YouTube version. Put it up. And he has an incredible collection of shirts. I'm telling you right now, those of you that train at the Jungle Gym or you'll see my videos, I guarantee you there's probably an 80 to 90% chance I will have on one of his shirts for the next 6 months because I love these fucking shirts.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And look, like this isn't fucking, erasable ink. I am all about it. I am all about Norse mythology. I'm all about the power of the Norse gods, and I'm not going to get into it too much because I want to get Chris on to talk about it more. So
fucking awesome.
The Saga of the Jomsviking. You guys got to fucking get that book and read it. We'll put a link.
Yeah,
I'll put a
link.
All right, guys. So I want to do a quick breakdown.
Yeah, I'll do a quick breakdown.
Do a quick breakdown.
Quick, super quick. I think the best live stream we've done so far. I think the participation was awesome. Keep it going. We're gonna have another live stream. We're gonna have many more, and just keep the support going. And the power players are stronger than ever. That's it.
Absolutely. So you guys are the power players. You're the guys that are embracing the movement, embracing the identity of the Pressure Project, embracing the Pressure to Power model. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And we're at the point now where we actually have people willing to invest, in what it is that we're doing. And for us, we're the very willing sort of midpoint between, like minds coming together and doing powerful things. This episode's example is Tier 1, Viking wear. And, in the future, it'll be other people. We're just starting this sponsored episode model. So we may not have one every episode.
Yeah.
But I guess if you think you have an idea that fits with who we are and what we're about, then we will certainly listen to you. We want to support those people that are supporting the ideas that we stand for. Thank you for listening to this episode, guys. Thank you for joining us live. It's been a pleasure. I agree with White Boy Pat. This has been our best live stream so far. And we look forward to speaking to you guys on the next episode. And as always, brothers, pressure to power.